What's up, everybody? It's your favorite fat boy rebel drifter here. Did I sell it? This package was really heavy. I'm just joking. This has been sent by our good friends at Hilovedoll. We've been trying to do a collaboration for quite some time now. The funny thing is, they've done something that others have not done before, which is make a specific custom thing for our channel, which is really cool. So if we open it up, we will be greeted by something like this. So it's neatly packed, and I'm going to try and gently get the protection off. So they asked me specifically, what would you like if we make something custom for you? And we actually decided on making a specific race suit, or a race suit, I should say, a race kind of bikini type thing. It is pretty much a race suit, but it's a little bit more open. So let's open this up even further so I can showcase this. Very cool also in the Supra colors, which is really nice. I am of course a little bit scared regarding the leather stuff on here. So this right here is like a top for the lady, so that's going to be pretty cool. We measured it towards the Starpery Rozanne girl, which is pretty cool because there's something else coming from Starpery as well. So that's really nice. So this is going to be the top, or I want to say bikini, but it's not. And then we have the bottom right here, which is a kind of like a leather skirt, which is pretty cool with a zipper on there. It's really difficult to showcase, but it's kind of like that. And then there's also a belt that just fell, which they made very nicely as well. And everything has been thought out because everything is white on the inside, so it will not stain towards the doll. Sadly, there are some things here that are wrong, but that is the opening for the little button they have placed on there. So that's pretty cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this clothing piece and put it on our Starpery Rozanne. Let's check that out. Alright, and this is how she looks. She still has the old Velcro shoes on, but I think she looks really cool. As you can see, the outfit itself is really dope because you have a zipper, but these buttons also work if you want to make it tighter. The top one is then something that you should leave open. Also, these are also buttons on the side of her shoulder. You can open them up, so if you want to have quick access to her, you can actually do that really quickly like that. So that's pretty cool. Overall, I just really like the design of what they did. It fits with my car pretty much. And then also the black kind of leather look skirt. It's kind of like a wet look. I think that's really cool. There were very long laces supplied with them, but I had to cut them off because I kind of want them to kind of blend in with the line of the skirt itself. So yeah, that's really freaking cool if you ask me. We could take a look at the back side. Of course, the hat is something from my personal collection, and the shoes are also just something that I had laying around. That's how she was portrayed upstairs. Yeah, really cool. So again, this is a Rozanne from Starpery. Very cool design. Now let's look at the back side and then also look at the other features of the outfit from Hilovedoll. Alright, so I actually put the camera a little bit closer. So I still have her, panties underneath this skirt. Maybe this will be a little bit better if I took away the panties because it does grip up to the silicone quite nicely. They have, like I said, put a white liner on the inside. I apologize for some hairs here and there. It's always a little bit difficult with implanted hair to get every lost hair out of her her implanted hair on the head. Other than that, she looks really cool. Like I said, in my opinion, this design is really flawless. I think it's pretty dope that they are able to make all of this work so well. Again, if you want to have quick access, you just go over to the shoulder buttons and just rip everything off. And then the back side, which is nice too, has a zipper. So it's very easy to put on and off. And I wish there were like multiple other people, vendors or other people that have specific clothing pieces for silicone ladies, because it's sometimes a bit of a hassle to get things on, but this was like done in like a couple of minutes. The only thing that I had to play around with were the laces in the front, because you have to, you know, thread the needle, so to speak. But yeah, this looks really cool. We can of course tighten her up a little bit on the back, but it also depends on how tight you have everything regarding her bust. But she looks amazing. All right, now that we've actually done that, we can actually show you, besides the skirt having the zipper on the back and the laces to tighten everything in the front, there's not a lot going on there, but that's nice because I like to have a skirt simple. However, the top is, like I said, very interesting. Now I need to be careful because there's an extra accessory underneath her top. So I gotta be, like I said, very careful because of YouTube and everything else. So when you get this loose, I have to remember which side was the side where you can get it off. Here we go, it's the left one. So everything's still very new, that's why I'm fumbling around a little bit. What we can do is there's also this leather line, as you can see right here. So I'm going to be, like I said, careful to show because, you know, YouTube isn't very happy with this kind of stuff, but she's been protected. So this is also really freaking cool if you ask me. You know, you can make her a hot pit girl or an umbrella girl at drifting. You can even make her show a little bit of skin, and then you still have this kind of like, you know, a bikini kind of thing. So I think that's pretty freaking epic. I hope to make some other videos with her like this as well, but for now this is just, yeah, really cool. What I'm gonna try to do now while I'm filming is actually try and get those buttons going. So I hope this is going to work. So like I said, these are buttons and they do work, but it's going to be, oh boy, this is going to be very tight probably for her. So I might as well just start around here and see how that all goes. So you can see, like I said, you can leave that open. I don't know if it's a nice design like this. Maybe you could add something to it. I think the zipper is already the sweet spot. But, you know, it is something that you can do like that to make it a little bit more tight around her, you know, breast area. So that's pretty cool. And then, of course, like I said, we can just open it up a little bit more. You can choose to, if you just want to have her, you know, show a little bit of skin, do it like that. You can show her stomach a little bit, or, you know, just have her chest kind of hanging out, which is also pretty cool. But it lends itself to multiple scenarios, which is pretty nice. And then also, you can even pop the collar if you want to. So there are also buttons on the collar. And yeah, like I said, you can leave it completely open like this and still have that collar on the back, which is pretty nice. So it's very easy to work with. And, you know, Hilovedoll, the person that made the clothing, really understands what somebody would like regarding this, because I am pretty much in love with the set right here. I think this is all really freaking cool. And yeah, like I said, we can leave this a little bit open, show her a little bit more of that skin. There we go. So all in all, I think this is just really a super nice design. And I thank Hilovedoll for the collaboration. And then, of course, you can see the Rozanne Starpery unboxing on my channel, which has already made more than 500,000 views. So that's really sick. And yeah, we are going to get something else coming up on the channel regarding Starpery. It's probably going to take a little bit of time. Because it's going to be another custom item, I think. Well, it's not necessarily custom. It's something that you can choose. But we'll have to wait and see what Jane and Evan Lee sent my way. But yeah, you have to stay tuned for that. But for now, this is the Hilovedoll custom race suit. Alright, so this has been a product review from Hilovedoll, which is a custom race suit like I said. And yeah, this has been Rozanne from Starpery. I'll see you guys in the next video. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Go check out Hilovedoll, they're an amazing vendor. And yeah, thanks and a big shout out to them for this custom suit. And yeah, go check out Starpery too. You won't be disappointed. See you guys in the next one.